I think the key to approaching women, at least for me, is to speak to women the way you speak to your mother, completely platonically. When women feel sexualized or objectified, we are threatened. You don't speak to your mother like that. The tone and energy is completely different. It's also important why you're approaching someone. What's your objective here? What value are you providing? Like, are you just coming up to tell me that I'm pretty? Because you felt like I would want to know your opinion of me? Because I don't. So if I'm walking down the street and someone were to yell, "Excuse me," if I stop, if I make eye contact, if I look like I'm interested in having a conversation, then you could say, "I just wanted to say, I love your confidence. I was wondering if you would want to take my number and get to know each other more, because I would love to take you for sushi on Tuesday at 7. But if she doesn't stop, if she doesn't give you eye contact, you need to keep moving and not say another word. The amount of times where I've been hollered at on the street and I don't give them my attention and I get screamed at and reamed out, "Fuck you, you stupid bitch, you're actually not even that fucking hot." Or they start following me and arguing with me that they deserve my attention. Or the amount of times where someone's asked for my phone number and I politely, "Sorry, I'm not interested, thank you anyway." Well, why? Why the dudes freak the fuck out, or they just won't take no for an answer. So none of that is cool to ever do ever. Or if I say, "No, I'm not going to give you my number, but I'll take yours." "Oh, so you're not going to call me then, blah, 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 blah." And this is when men say, "Well, you can't bring your trauma of past experiences with different people and project it on me." The reality of living as a woman in this world is you need to protect yourself and avoid situations that cause you harm. That's what this looks like. It's the same as being a cop. Everyone can understand the idea that cops have to go into a situation assuming that there's guns and they're going to get killed. You have to have your defenses up. The idea that it would be any different for a woman who we've all had these experiences is absurd. And if you approach me and I feel like you want to fuck me, I am threatened. But if I can tell someone's gone out of their way to make me feel comfortable and safe, aka respectfully, it shows a level of like social and self-awareness that is really attractive. And so many people were saying in that comment section, "Well, if he was hot, you wouldn't have cared if he harassed you in the street." You think hot people don't harass me in the street? Like, displaying that you lack social skills makes you unattractive whether you have a six-pack and a chiseled jawline or not. There's sexy-ass dudes in my DMs too, but they slide in and say, "You're hot, period." And they get deleted. Because if you can't show an appreciation for my personality or opinions, you're displaying that you lack depth, and I'm not attracted to that. And if you do give out your contact info and they reach out, you need to tell them who you are. Like, what's your first and last name? You can't just say, "Hey, I'm Kyle," and then have the level of anonymity where I can't Google search you. Because that is a requirement. Back in the day when I would give my phone number out and I would ask a guy, "What's your last name?" And they're like, "Why, are you going to look me up?" Yes. Do you have a problem with that? Like, men will shame women for protecting themselves if they do and if they don't. What the fuck do you want from us? For security reasons, I don't give out my phone number anymore. And dudes get pressed. "Hey, can I have your phone number?" "No, but you can have my Instagram." "Oh, why, you don't trust me? Oh, you don't want me to get that close to you, eh? Oh, you just want another follower. Is that what you're looking for here?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want another stalker." "Oh, okay, you got baggage. You think everyone's going to be a stalker because you had a stalker once?" No, you would be the fourth. Like, I have told you my boundaries. Why are you challenging them? This is the line that I have drawn. The end of the conversation. And immediately after that, "Bitch, yes, you are a follower because like, you have no social skills," and it was extremely unattractive to me. But if a guy asks for my number and I tell them that I just give out my Instagram and they're like, "Oh, okay, awesome, I'll DM you," great. If I've reached out to a dude or he's reached out to me via text because we got each other's numbers and he's already sent me his full name and a drop to like a social media page because he knows that I'm going to have to look that up, so he should be very open about who he is. So sexy. So fucking sexy. It says, "I want you to be comfortable. I have nothing to hide. Here's who I am." So hot. So if you're asking me on a date online, like in person is different, but if you're asking me for a date online, you need to give me a reason why I would want to go on a date with you. Like, you already have access to my socials. You have a reason that you want to go out with me, right? Like, it has to be more than just your attraction to me. You need to be like, hey, I've seen that you're into XYZ. I'm also into XYZ. Maybe we could do Z together. Wow, you've just provided us both value. Now you've got my attention. Because dinner is not worth an hour with a dumbass dude. No. I'm gonna ask out a guy. I'm gonna find something we have in common and spark insightful conversation about it. Because that type of conversation would be interesting. Not just, this is what I want. Give it to me. You know? That's what I usually get. I can think of times too where, imagine if you're going on a date and you take a picture of the license plate to send to your friends. So that's a normal thing we have to do. You have to do with a taxi and an Uber and everything. And the dude's like, oh, you think I'm going to kill you? Like, you have no interest in making women feel safe. And you have no interest in acknowledging the realities of what our world looks like. You think that's attractive? Hottest thing a guy has ever done for me is he was gonna come over for a hookup, and to prove that I could trust him, he sent me a picture of his driver's license and sent me his mother's phone number. That was so fucking hot. The shit that I did to that man that night, because I'm like, I feel so safe with you right now. I can be real vulnerable here. Real vulnerable.